What comes to your mind when someone in the room randomly says, Patek Philippe? I actually hear the words per astonishing, which is exactly what this olive green dialed elegant behemoth is here to do. Powered by the caliber 26330 SC automatic movement, the Patek Philippe Nautilus runs at a decent 28,800 vibrations per second, or 4 Hz. So don't worry, you don't need to double check the time. The watch is pretty accurate. As for the design of the watch, Patek Philippe has made it deceptively plain to repel the weak-minded, who often need flashy, overrated, screaming designs that everyone forgets overnight to withhold their interest. Slutty people. At first glance, Gerald Gento's napkin drawing-inspired design of this watch may be seemingly quite simple and handsome. But be fooled not, as there are a bazillion tiny details that have been hard-crafted into this timepiece to prove exactly one thing. Simple does not necessarily mean easy. The watch features a 40mm diameter steel casing of a height of about 8.3mm, with a gorgeous sapphire crystal to the front of the watch, which elegantly complements the stellar out-of-this-world exhibition back case. Oh, it's going to be a delightful eye feast looking at that. Just make sure you have an out-of-this-world grip to hold on to the watch when some lowlife comes and tries to snatch it from you while you're showing it off to that beautiful one. Because this work of art is going to give your back a heavy blow to the face. 6 figures heavy. You can get one of these from about $250,000 all the way up to about $350,000. Wow, that's really a 6-figure difference. But with such a price tag, it does come with an estimated annual appreciation of about 10 to 25%. So, you gain about $87,500 on the higher side per year. Almost 6 figures without lifting a finger. Now that is true elegance. Talk about elegance. According to many of my acquaintances, dark blue or purple upper body clothing coupled with a matching green trouser or any preferred lower body clothing would handsomely fit with this watch. You would pretty much look like this. Or if you like white for upper body clothing, couple this watch with a matching elegant green tie and you're ready to go. Are you ready to go? As in ready to go beyond the speed limit? Maybe you would like to go in a McLaren. No, not that McLaren. This McLaren. Richard Mille has been popularly known for producing controversial automotive-themed timepieces. For example, the notably legendary RM011 Porsche 911. There have been many different variations of wrist cars produced by Richard Mille over the course of human time. But all of them were dethroned once the big king showed up to his party ball. I mean, come on. All of us obviously know that Porsche has always been a better supercar, while McLaren has always been a better GT. Please don't start a car war in the comments. To some people, the RM01103 McLaren might not be much of a looker. As a traditional watch lover myself, I pretty much prefer simpler looks. But I gotta say, even though this watch seems to be screaming for attention, it's kind of nice in a way. Of course, the core focus on this watch is not the looks itself, it is rather performance. So, what is under the hood of this McLaren? Well, for starters, the engine propelling this sporty work of art is called the RMAC3 caliber, and it features a flyback chronograph. Imagine you and your friends using that to track your lap times in your big and loud McLarens, or Corvettes, the bold elegant sports cars. It also features a reversed 60-minute chronograph totalizer, all coupled and pegged with a 12-hour totalizer and an oversized date month. But there is no mention of an annual calendar this time. But as luxury enthusiasts, we don't really care about that now, do we? What we really care about is looks, because no matter how much people cope, anyone with common sense knows that up to a certain extent, looks do matter. And looks are what sets apart this timepiece and make it weird from the other luxury watches out there. Commenting on the looks of this beast, despite the scrambled and patterned colors, when you take a closer close-up, This watch actually looks professionally finished. It's almost as if it is trying to tell a story with all the subtle and tiny details that's etched onto its sophisticated design. It almost makes me feel warm like a kid again, the kid enjoying his premium, six-figure priced toy McLaren. Richard Mille thinks they are so smart because they have come up with some long, big, intimidating words and numbers of irrelevant details to try and scare off their customers into buying the 1103. Joke's on them, we're both filthy rich playboys and elegant knowledgeable nerds. The only problem is, this handheld Hyper GT is not a fan of everyone's bank. With RM hanging the price tag from $300,000 all the way up to $600,000. You better hope that most of the ladies you're going to impress with this aren't as hardcore traditionalists as their dads, because non-devoted fan personnel are not going to easily recognize this as a McLaren or any type of pricey watch. Heck, they might even take it a step further because they can't just shut up and even call the watch fake in front of everyone to make themselves feel secure. Slutty people. Avoid such people, my friend. Avoid them. But hey, people who are the real elegant deal will instantly know that you want to show off, trying to impress people like a clown. Rich people have a lot of weird problems. Either way, unless you're a hardcore McLaren fan, if you're considering this watch worthy for its price, I hope you know what you're doing and you're on your own, because you could have bought 4 Corvettes or 2 Lamborghinis with that money. But still, the watch comes with an annual appreciation north of 50 to 25%. I guess you're more into that. I'll leave the choice between elegant profits and elegant styling up to you. Alright, I just took you through 2 expensive and elegant watches. Now you can choose which one suits best for your needs, right? I don't think so. You see, to some of you, these options may seem a bit boorish, or heck, too modern. Or maybe for some of you, they're too expensive because you barely and desperately afford the latest iPhones, which depreciate instead of appreciate and makes you more poor, but you think you look rich. Or what if your wardrobe styling won't match the theme of each watch? What if you don't own luxury supercars to complement these watches? Or you don't care about your money and these options are too cheap and you're looking for a bigger financial challenge because you have too much money? There could be many slutty problems involved in this process, not to mention female problems, unless you're a woman. Are there any other options? I'm glad you asked. If you think these watches are too cheap for you and want something more sophisticated and pricey, maybe you would like the next first punish on our list. Yes, we have another Patek Philippe, and not just any Patek Philippe, it's none other than yours truly. Now this is a legendary, elegant wrist machine. It seems the brand wanted to scramble their fans on their 175th birthday. So they came up with this, the most complicated thing you will ever find on the face of the planet. This rare limited edition mechanical supercomputer has some of the rarest features present in a wristwatch. Even for a luxury wristwatch, this is just mind-eating. Everyone's bet is that the design and architecture of this masterful creation was inspired by the Henry Graves super complication pocket watch. But it actually features a lot of uncommon rarities compared to other watches that compete. For example, having a double-faced reversible case with 2 dials, crafted with solid 18-karat gold plates, offering a variety of complication and time displays. Its movement can power up to 20 different complicated functions. The watch also comes coupled with a rare date repeater that chimes the date on demand, and a second time zone, a moon phase feature which accurately displays the moon phase, a power reserve indicator, and a 4-digit year display. Or I could just infinitely go on and about. The whole watch, including the movement, is made from rare metals like rose gold or platinum. The design is so royally sophisticated, anyone who sees you wearing this Jurassic masterpiece will consider you as royalty. The unmatched complexity and highly exclusive craftsmanship put into this watch, coupled with its extremely limited availability, skyrockets the starting price tag of this ticking time bomb all the way up to $2.6 million. Yes, starting price. And if you want to go for a used one, don't expect it to be cheaper than the base price, because it appreciates every year up to about a value so high only the almighty Jesus Christ knows of. If you have already bought a Grandmaster Chime and want dressing tips from me, you might as well just wrap a giant $1 million bill around yourself. Alright, now it's time for those who think all of these options are still too expensive to even think about. Well, if that's the case for you, I still have one more option left, and yeah, it's from a pretty reputable, famous brand. So, Mr. Cheapskate, how would you like a Rolex Submariner Kermit? You know what? I actually apologize for calling you a cheapskate, because the Submariner Kermit is still worth about $25,000 on the higher side, and it is not my place to judge what is expensive and what is not. It's just that the other watches we have gone through are price-packed bank bombs, and this kind of feels significantly small. After all, big things get more attention, right? But it's worthy to note that these watches are indeed affordable to upper-middle-class families. Or at least they're able to buy one if they really want it. I mean, obviously, Bob, all the alcohol, KFC, and other slutty garbage you have bought in your lifetime far exceeds this price, and it only depreciates your liver and other internal organs. So, why not buy something that appreciates for a change? If you do, you buy the watch along with a steady yearly value buff of about 5 to 10%. That's still 2.5 grand per year, for free. So it does seem a pretty elegant option to invest in. At first glance, the Submariner with a green bezel seems to have a very complementary design to the Nautilus we previously discussed. The black dial of the watch gives a stark contrast with the green bezel, which is a unidirectional rotatable one. The date function is positioned at 3 o'clock with a Cyclops lens over the date window. The watch features, as Rolex likes to call it, an oyster steel casing, which is actually 904 steel with some modifications to the composition. The watch is powered by the caliber 3235 in-house automatic movement, which boasts chronometry escapement, which is supposed to mean that it has enhanced energy efficiency and reliability. I would say it's pretty legit. But get this, the power reserve will get you to approximately up about 70 hours. Now that is a significant improvement. Since the Rolex is a diver's watch, you won't have to worry about removing it before going for a dive or a swim in a lake, because the watch is water resistant to 300 meters or 1,000 feet. Just don't drop it in a 300-meter deep pond, because even if the watch goes 300 meters deep, I'm not sure you could survive that. At least not without any diver's gear. So until you go get them, the watch is going to be underwater for a while. But don't worry. Hopefully the trip-lock winding crown, which is a triple waterproofness system, will keep it intact while you come and get it. Now that we have seen, heard, lived, and loved some pretty cool timepieces, and you might have just chosen what your next big investment is going to be, I assume my job here is pretty much complete. And also, wow, you made it this far, which means you don't have the attention span of a slutty fish. Very elegant, my friend. Very elegant indeed. You are worthy after all. Also, do you own or hope to own any timepieces mentioned in this video? We'd love to know. So, comment down below and show off. Well, that's about it for this video. Thank you for appreciating our elegant content. We can see that you have great taste. As for the future of this channel, we can't wait to explore more luxury items and be inspired with you. Since you decided to subscribe and stick around with us, I will be pulling some polls in the near future, so all of us can decide on what we might present next. Until next time, stay elegant, my friend. It is a worthy lifestyle.